How did you know where to go?
We didn't. We just knew the enemy was this way.
Go, 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 go.
We just hop through these backyards and clear through here.
It's not as straightforward as it sounds.
He's not crossing the street. He's going to go into that building.
Veterans of years of counterinsurgency warfare, this small team of American and British fighters is under Ukrainian command. And they now look at war down the other end of the barrel and have asked us to conceal their identities for their own security. This is a war that has a moral clarity for these volunteers in Ukraine's International Legion.
You know, people keep saying, oh, you're doing it for democracy. It's really not, you know. It's really comes down to good versus evil. I never figured out why they were killing women and children. And it wasn't by accident, it was murder. I mean, we found many people just up the end of the street that were bound together and shot, thrown on the side of the road.
Many in Kevin's team, ex-Special Forces operators, have had millions spent on their training in the West, in countries that won't send troops to war with Russia. Among the first into Irpin, they took over this house behind enemy lines. He says the team killed dozens of Russians in the park below. He says that the fighting and the shelling and the Russian killing of civilians was relentless.
Two pro-Russians in here.
As Kevin's team advanced, he says they got trapped in this health spa for several days. It was steadily torn apart by Russian artillery.
This was the house of hell. This was 4 really miserable days of really little sleep, really heavy artillery, really heavy infantry presence from the Russians.
Kevin's small team is funded largely by donations to the Ukrainian Legion. It operates mostly behind Russian lines, and they were stunned at first at being on the receiving end of airstrikes and heavy artillery. But they're applying the lessons of Iraq and Afghanistan to Russia and believe that they're having an effect on the enemy.
There's definitely a psychological aspect to it. We do know that the Russians were talking about, hey, they're up, like we can't figure out where they're at. We don't know what's happening. We were being artilleried so heavy that we put this chair here so we could jump out this window if we had to in a hurry.
Deeper into the spa, he comes across evidence that Russia plays dirty, even in local defeat.
So a lot of the Russians came back through some of these places and remined them. We'll put booby traps, and you can see this cable goes back into the ground where it's been intentionally buried, and then it's tied off here.
So far, this group has not lost a soldier.
Definitely a nightmare.
But that time may come. It's a risk, he says, he's prepared to take because, for the West's former warriors in the war on terror, Ukraine has given them something back.
One way or the other, they've either been lost or they've lost everything. So this has given them another chance. You know, they come back here, and it's like they've put their life back together.
Sam Kiley, CNN, Irpin.